Tianda Edmondson says the father of her child, Quinnell Breeden, maliciously filed a false restraining order against her.
Ms. Edmondson, I'm going to ask you some very specific questions, and I expect your answers to be equally specific. Understood?
Yes, Your Honor.
You and the defendant have a child together.
Yes, that's correct.
That child is a girl or a boy?
She's a girl and she's 3 years old.
Did you and the defendant live together at any point?
Yes, we live together.
For how long did that living arrangement last?
Around 2 years, if I recall correctly.
Was it before or after your daughter was born?
After. Wait, sorry. Yes, we did live together after she was born.
How old was your daughter when you two separated?
She was around 4 months old, I believe.
You have another child too, correct? A boy.
Yes, that's right.
And how old is the son of yours now?
He's 10 years old.
Do you currently work?
No, I don't have a formal job.
Then how are you supporting yourself and your children financially?
I'm a full-time stay-at-home mom, but I also sell homemade hair products and soaps.
So you make and sell those from your home. That's your only source of income?
Yes, that's correct.
When you and Mr. Breeden lived together, was he employed?
Yes, he was working.
Was he contributing to the household financially?
Yes, he did help.
During the time you were living together, did Mr. Breeden ever take your 10-year-old son out to spend time together?
Yes, he did.
Did they play together or do any bonding activities?
They did. Things like basketball, chess, and football.
In all the time they spent together, did you ever once see Mr. Breeden act inappropriately toward your son?
No, absolutely not.
Was Mr. Breeden with you at the hospital when your daughter was born?
Yes, he was with me.
Did he bring her home from the hospital?
Yes, that's correct.
And he continued to work after that?
Yes, he kept working.
Once you separated, according to the complaint, you would sometimes take both children to visit him?
Yes, I would take both my son and daughter to see him.
Where was he living at that time?
He was staying at a friend's place about 5 minutes from my home.
Did your children ever spend the night over there?
Yes, they did.
Was that something that happened regularly?
Yes, sometimes once a week.
Let's talk about September 15th now. On that day, you had the children?
Yes, I had them that day.
You were taking them to a family picnic, right? Whose home was it?
It was at Mr. Breeden's house.
And when you arrived there, you saw a woman leaving?
Yes, I did.
And that led to an argument between you and Mr. Breeden?
Yes, we got into an argument.
You left, came back, left again, and then returned to pick up your son?
Yes, that's exactly how it happened.
How long after dropping him off did you return to pick him up?
It wasn't hours. It was almost immediately after the argument.
So after seeing the woman arguing and leaving, you came right back and got your son?
Yes, I did.
But you left your daughter there?
Yes, I did.
Did you come back for your daughter that same day?
No, I didn't come back that day.
How long did Mr. Breeden keep your daughter?
He had her for about 3 weeks.
Now let's get to the actual reason we are here. You're suing Mr. Breeden for filing a false protective order against you, correct?
Yes, that's my claim.
And that protective order was based partly on the fact that you repeatedly called the police to request welfare checks on your daughter.
Yes, that's part of it.
How many times would you estimate you called the police for those checks?
Nearly every day.
Every day for 3 weeks?
No, it wasn't for that long.
Then for how long?
Probably a week and a half or so.
Has Mr. Breeden ever called the police to request a welfare check on your daughter when she was in your custody?
Yes, he has.
When was that?
It was sometime in April.
April of what year?
April of 2019.
Did you call the police to request a welfare check on your daughter?
Yes, I did call them.
Tell me clearly, what made you do that?
It was supposed to be my weekend with her, according to our custody agreement. She said I could pick her up on Friday, but when I arrived, she refused to let me take her. I called the police to have it documented in case I needed it in court.
Why didn't you let him take his daughter that day in April?
Honestly, I don't remember stopping him from picking her up.
Do you have any documentation like a police report or written statement showing that he was denied?
No, I don't have the report with me today.
I'm going to make this decision quickly based on the facts I have. The facts are straightforward. You lived together for about 2 years. During that time, Mr. Breeden treated your son like his own. He took him on outings. You had no complaints. He was even there at the hospital when your daughter was born. He brought her home, helped raise her. Then one day you see a woman at his place, get angry, then storm off leaving your daughter with him for 3 weeks.
No, I didn't leave her. He kept her from me.
But you didn't return to pick her up that same day, did you?
It was actually his scheduled day to have her.
So instead of returning for her, you began calling the police who have serious responsibilities like robbery, assault, and violent crier to go do wellness checks, suggesting he might be harming the child or she could be in danger.
That's not what I was doing.
Then explain clearly why you made repeated calls to the police to conduct daily welfare checks by your own account for over a week.
He was supposed to return her on Monday, but he didn't. That's why I called.
That isn't what a welfare check is for. If he didn't follow the custody agreement, you file a motion with the court. A welfare check is when you believe your child is in danger, not when you're just upset about scheduling.
I hadn't heard from her or seen her in a week. I didn't know if she was okay or not.
I have a strong opinion about people who misuse systems meant to protect real victims. The police are there to protect the public, not to get pulled into emotional battles between parents. You called them 6, 7, maybe 8 times, not because your daughter was in danger, but because you were angry over another woman.
You may see it that way, but
It's not my way. Use law enforcement resources out of personal frustration. That's not appropriate.
I wasn't just upset or being petty.
Yes, you were. And your actions weren't based on concern for your daughter. They were based on jealousy and spite over a new girlfriend.
That's not true at all.
Your case is dismissed. We're done here. That dress is neither this dress nor this dress.
And I can tell you further.
That red dress
Yes, ma'am.
is neither the dress that you told me that you agreed on. It's certainly not this dress. This dress has no sleeves.
Yes.
It's a halter.
Right.
This dress has an all-lace top
Yes, ma'am.
and comes all the way down in the front.
That's the back. And I also have where she said she did not want the lace. I told her explicitly, you will not have lace at the top because you did not provide lace. She said she did not want lace. I said you will have material only. And I have the text messages telling her that also.
Miss Alexander, I'm
Yes,
going to
ma'am.
tell you, I usually side with the dressmaker,
Yes, ma'am.
but that is an awful dress.
Thank you.